today's video we shall be discussing, even a trial and error mistake I made months ago, how to properly shop, how to hygiene shop for fragrance mist, body mist of all kinds. We are continuing from last night where we discussed how to properly shop, how to hygiene shop for body lotions and body creams. And so now we are discussing how to do that with fragrance mist. Now, fragrance mist remains about the last or second to last for some. I'm going to get into why I said that. It remains the second to last for some as to your hygiene routine. For me, it's been put into a 3-step process to simplify it for me. Thank God. Because the more simple it is, the better it is for me. And so we got our towel here so that way in case we need to demonstrate anything, it won't be smelling like 5011 things. Okay. Definitely not that. And so for those of y'all that are new here, my simple hygiene routine is this shower routine, whatever you want to call it. Base notes, middle notes, top notes. That's how they formulate perfume. And so that's how I do my shower routines. Fragrance mist remains to be the last or second to last. That's usually the last thing you do after you shower. Use a bar of soap, feminine hygiene if you're a woman. If you're a man, you should still have your equipment washed at first, okay? Just so you don't forget it. That's why I always say to wash your private parts first. Then do the body wash and everything else. Because then when you want to think about, did I forget? You didn't forget because you did it first. Make sense? No? Rewind it back. So the best thing to do is when you're shopping for a fragrance mist, this can get, I don't want to say it could get tricky. It could definitely get very complex. It definitely can. Because I even found out within the past 3 months even that fragrance mists come in glass containers, and the material in which something is stored, such as fragrance, which changes with the seasons, stuff that has oils in it is tends to go rancid. We're not even talking about body oils yet. We're just talking about fragrance mists. Hello, hola, como estas? Hello, Esther, and hello, Kitty Fan, and hello, Abigail Payne. We're talking about how to hygiene shop for fragrance mist. So I got a few, and then I got a mistake to share with y'all. Y'all look like y'all new to the channel. Hello, Robbie. So y'all finna get an eye full and an ear full of everything at the same time. So how to properly shop for hygiene for fragrance mist. So the first thing you got to think about before you go out to buy any one of these types, I know I'm gonna probably get questions. Bath and Body Works. This is what's currently in my collection. Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower. This is year before last design or either last year's design. Then we have Bodycology Spiced Pumpkin. I think I'm gonna hold on to this because fall is coming. Yep. Ivory. You can. I'm sorry to hear about your fish. I've had a goldfish before, or time or two. I'm sorry. And then we have Bodycology Cozy Fireside S'more. It does not look like this. Let me explain what I did later, because I love sharing my mistakes, because my mistakes are you guys' lessons. And so you can learn not to do what I did out of experimentation. And then Bath and Body Works here. Pink Pineapple Sunrise, year before last, I think, design. Here. All right. So, because I know I'm going to get questions. So, yeah. All right. So, before you go to the store to buy any one of these fragrance mists, You want to make sure that one, how long do you want it to last? How long do you want these to last? Do you care if it lasts a long time? That's your first question. If the answer is yes, then it does matter which type of these that you choose. And I didn't do it intentionally, so I didn't do this intentionally, but I just noticed Bath and Body Works is on this side, Bodycology is on this side. Now, if it doesn't matter that it lasts long, it's still okay, because I'm going to tell you what to do. We're going to go on the yes side. So if it does matter that you need lasting power, how you're going to have to go into the fragrance, how you're going to have to go in the stores, whether it's Bath and Body Works for semi-annual sale or regular retail prices where they're not having a sale. Maybe they're having a specialized body care sale, buy one, get one half off. Using this for example, if lasting power matters to you, 110%, if you use it all the time, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you, Hello Kitty fan. If lasting power matters, you want to look at, and I always have encouraged this. I forgot where I learned it from. As soon as I figured out, I'm going to credit this person. So I'm giving you credit unnamed because I don't know your name. You want to always, when you go in those stores, if lasting power, excuse me, matters to you, it is within the first 3 to 5 or first 5 to 7 ingredients. You're going to look for, you need to purposely be picking them up. Oh, I'm shopping. Let me pick this up from the shelf. I'm pretending I'm in the store. We're going to look for fragrance and water and the location of where they are on the ingredient list of the bottle. Now, if you don't have an ingredient list on the bottle at all, that might be a red flag. It very well may. If you see fragrance and water within the first 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 ingredients and alcohol, you'll be okay, because it's likely to have more lasting power. Other than the person I'm crediting, I also found out by experimentation what they were saying was true. Bodycology is another great one. For as long as I've been using them since I've been a teenager, so that's been well over 15 years. Long time. Here's the ingredients off of spiced pumpkin, and it's usually the same structure. I'm gonna put them side by side. Okay, cozy fireside s'more, spiced pumpkin, alcohol, water, fragrance, PEG 40 hydrogenated castor oil, and then the rest. Whenever you see alcohol and fragrance, I said fragrance and water, but it's actually fragrance and alcohol are the main 2 ingredients you want to see within the first 3 to 5 or within the first 5 to 7. The listing in the order of the ingredients on a fragrance mist, it's going to let you know that if those are the first few ingredients, that means it has the most of it in it. So fragrance comes first, or it's at least in the 3rd listing of it. That means it's going to last, have a tendency to at least last longer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can't be talking about chitty around here and pew pew pew. We can't do that, brother man. I use the perfume all the time. I swap. I switch out. Now, that's what you look for if your lasting power matters to you. Now, here's on the other end. If the lasting power of these do not matter to you, then I'm gonna need you to still look at the ingredient list. And if you see the fragrance is in the middle of the paragraph, maybe the 3rd sentence of it's maybe has 5 lines of ingredients and it's in the 3rd, 4th, or it's at the end, don't expect much from it. What this is going to mean, that the further down the list that a fragrance is listed in the ingredient list, it's also going to mean that one, you're not going to have lasting power. But if you're okay with it, if you're on the side of lasting power for fragrance mist, I give no cares. And that's fine. We got people like that. That means you need to be okay with getting fragrance mist. You need to be okay with it. Something like this Baccarat dupe. You need to be okay with that. You need to be okay with putting on perfume, all the perfumes in place of that. What does that look like? Bar soap, body scrub, body wash, rinse, lather thoroughly, exfoliate, get out, put on your body cream, layer your body oils, or maybe you don't do body oil this time. Then you come with a fragrance mist and okay. And let's just say this wasn't Bodycology, and maybe fragrance is the last one on the ingredient list, like right at the end. You're not gonna get much out of it, but you don't understand why it smells so good. Barely any fragrance in it. Okay. You're gonna have to get a similar smelling body oil, a similar smelling perfume oil, a similar smelling perfume. Eau de Parfum is the highest on the category. I'm going to link you to the video at the end of this one where I go over why some fragrances last longer than other ones. Because that is a factor. There's something called perfume concentration, and there's a fragrance concentration guide I came across, and I did that video. It's probably been about a year ago, and I'll put on community tab and link it to the end of this one when this live stream is done. That it does matter. Fragrance mist is on the lowest category of the fragrance concentration guide. It's Eau Fresh or Eau de Toilette. Even though they call this fragrance mist, it's considered on the same level because it has the lowest amount of concentration. So even if you see that within the first 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 ingredients in the ingredient list is fragrance and alcohol, those are the main two you're looking for. So sorry, I got it mixed up. I said fragrance and water. No, you're looking for fragrance and alcohol as 2 of the listed ingredients. Like it need to be right at the beginning, at the least. At the beginning. If it's at the bottom of the paragraph ingredients, don't get your hopes up for lasting power. Now, if it still outperforms, then you got a miracle out the bunch. And please feel free to share. You're going to, if with fragrance mist, it does not matter to you how long it lasts, then you must be okay. You at least have to be okay with the idea of, okay, I'm going to have to use body oils, multi-purpose oils. This is Scent Plus Soul Brightening Body Oil. This is a benefit-based body oil, but it also smells great. So it doubles as a body oil, one that brightens, and it smells good. So you get fragrance out of it. It's vitamin C infused with fig seed oil. Looks like it got peaches in it too. Peaches, figs, and probably some florals in it. Smells awesome. 3.9 ounces. Yes, it's in a dropper, but it's still considered 3.9 is kind of it's running over of what typical perfume full size volume is. Typical full size bottle perfume is 3.4 ounce. Unless you're talking about Christian Dior, where they do stuff like 4 ounce, 6.8. Mason Francis, Kirk Dijon, the Baccarat Rouge 540, it go up to 6 ounces, probably go higher than that. They got shimmer body oils about 6.8 ounces. Like, that's a lot of product. It better smell good enough where it lasts me until Christ break the sky open. If I'm spending $400 on a perfume or a shimmer oil that is perfume, it better last me through rain, snow, heat, and through showering. It better last. That's a joke. That's a joke. That it better last that long. But it better last. It better last until our Lord and Savior comes. That's all. That's the part I'm not joking about. It better last. $300, $400. That's some people's car payment. Not that I'm saying that it needs to be that expensive, and not that I'm saying that you spending that much don't mean it's not quality. You kind of have with body care where things are on both sides of the spectrum, meaning that you will have Bodycology is very affordable. They have plenty of selection. When they release scents, they release it not just a fragrance mist and a body cream and be like, oh, we'll just let you find something to wash with. We'll just let you find body wash. No, they have a bubble bath and a shower gel in one, and then they stack it together at Walmart. I've been in so many, there's so many vlogs where I've shared with y'all just like, okay, here it is. Winter vanilla, they got a whole collection. They got the body cream, even to this. Now, I think Spice Pumpkin is the only one that doesn't have a shower gel or a bubble bath to go with it. So you need something to wash with, like fall, like Bodycology. Come on, add to it. And the Bodycology performs well. I've always had great lasting power out of this. You won't even spend $5 with tax with this now, depending on where you get it from. Because if you're more in a tourist area or a more populated area, then you may be spending about $5, but you won't spend no more than that unless it is a discontinued scent or a very popular scent. On the other hand, you will spend a whole lot of money for something like Sol de Janeiro, and some people you will have two categories of people, well, three. People that'll like it, $40. This is 8 ounces, $5, great lasting power. Very affordable. Sol de Janeiro, we have people that like it in that category. We have people not sure about it. Probably thinking about why they spent $40 for it. 40. Okay, 40 whole entire dollars. And then you have some that just don't like it at all, and then they question why they bought it too. Although it costs more, it has great value. It just don't stop people from finding duplicates to go to it. Same with this. It smells great, but then people start looking for something that maybe has a deeper concentration, even though this may last a long time for them. And see, the thing is, I already had a discussion about fragrance mist, and then I started seeing videos where they were heavily advocating for fragrance mist. I have nothing against fragrance mist, and I'm saying this as a woman in the hygiene community here on YouTube. But it goes without saying that you got to do a little extra. You got to be willing to. That's the key word. You've got to be willing to do a whole lot more layering, a whole lot more of assisted application with body oils through the use of perfumes, through the use of body oils and perfume oils and higher concentration perfumes with the same note as the fragrance mist of whatever scent it is, in order to make it last long collectively. So fragrance mist on its own, in my opinion, is not going to cut it. I've lived through Kaale. I've lived through Bodycology. Anybody remember Kaale's red velvet cake? I've been wanting to get my hand on that ever since I seen it online and on these internets. I've lived through many, seeing many brands, and I'm just like, I've tested and tried different off-brand products, different brands that used to be not well known, and now it's well known. Nearly everybody know about Bodycology, Dove, Bath and Body Works, Victoria Don't Tell Nobody. I still got the honey mist from about 3 years ago. But you got to be willing to do a whole lot more work if you don't care about the fragrance mist lasting. If you care about the fragrance mist lasting, then that means you have to do your due diligence to make sure the ingredients are in there. They're supposed to be in there, and they're supposed to be in the order that they're supposed to be in. You still need to do your homework even if they're in place. But just saying all together that fragrance mist lasts and it should be good enough. I've been there before, and fragrance mist were the only thing that I had. Work with it. Now, there are a couple things that you could do to make any fragrance mist last longer, which is where now I'm going to bring up my mistake I made. Does anybody remember from Bath and Body Works Midnight Amber Glow? Supposedly from last year they discontinued. Y'all need to stop doing that. I didn't get a chance to enjoy it good. Y'all need to stop that. Stop it. Stop it. The least thing I could do is make a request as a consumer. Stop that. Midnight Amber Glow smells really nice. I'm gonna need y'all to stop that. I'm gonna need y'all to bring that back. Please. It don't hurt to request it. Now this is Cozy Fireside S'more. I got to thinking, and I had a scrub, still got it, to Midnight Amber Glow from Bath and Body Works. I said, why don't I squeeze a little bit of it in there and put it in here? Shook it up. It locked up the sprayer for a while. That it doesn't spray anymore. But let's see what it smells like. Been a couple months. It smells more alcohol-y. And see, this is why I have the towel for experimentation. We're gonna pour a little bit in the cap here. Don't make the same mistake I did. It messed up the sprayer where it can come through. And the only way I can get this back is if I drain it through a sieve or whatever they call it, or through a cheesecloth. And then maybe we'll get the scent of the Bath and Body Works scrubs. They're very textured, the Bath and Body Works scrubs, but nothing like Tree Hut. They tend to be kind of more softer and more malleable, but they're going to get into the crevices, nooks and crannies of your skin. Okay, we're going to pour this a little bit here. And if you're new here, I'm a big fan of demonstrations. We're going to see where this leads us. Okay, that's just a little swivel. That's all. We don't need to be wasting a whole lot of this, because I thought, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was going to just throw this all the way out. Like, you know what, it's a lost cause. It's not, because, look, I'm talking to y'all about it. So after sitting here, this has to have been locked in here, mixing Bath and Body Works body scrub into this fragrance mist to make it smell better. I don't know what I was thinking about. It has changed the scent of it altogether, because now I just smell Midnight Amber Glow. It smells a whole lot more alcohol-like, to the point where it's like it's overtaking the scent. Now, the real question is, I'm going to let this set overnight. So my hands doing makeup. Let me do it over. We'll give it a fair chance. I'm going to put it in a new spot on this towel. This is why I like keeping them around. There we are. Question is, when this dries down, since it reeks of alcohol, but you can still capture the scent, it's just literally smells like the alcohol overtook it. So that means something happened between me mixing the Bath and Body Works sandy scrub of Midnight Amber Glow and directly pouring it into this fragrance mist. Do not try this at home. Just want to throw that out. I wonder what happens when it dries down. Now, I'll have to provide an update of some sort, but I'm going to let this dry down for 24 hours and probably set a timer or something like that. Don't do it. Don't do what I did, because I just feel like this is a fail. Now, something that did work And I'm using this prop for an example. If you don't want to do the work of I got to buy perfume, or I got to put on perfume oils, got to do this extra step, but you still want to roll along using fragrance mist and body mist, and you don't want to necessarily get into all the perfumes. You may have them, but you just don't feel like fooling with them at the time. Cool. Something I did with a dupe to a more expensive perfume, Christian Dior Poison. I wish I wouldn't have thrown that bottle away because I could use it as an example. If you've ever heard the process of infused oils, they have, just like they have infused olive oils, that's kind of how perfume oils work. So what you want to do with a fragrance mist is make sure it's a fragrance mist. Make sure it's either something plain vanilla, close to a scent that it's a dupe of something, unless you don't care and it's just a scent you like and it's not a dupe of anything. Make sure it's a scent you like, whether it's a dupe or not. Start there. You want to get a neutralized body oil. Let's use this for example. This smells like juicy sliced grapefruit, sugared grapefruits, and perhaps something else. Let's say that this was strawberry, and I do have the strawberry one from Bodycology. I don't feel like running to go get it. Juicy grapefruit. That's going to work well with strawberry. You want to get something this a similar perfume oil, exact same, or something complementary. Let's say this is strawberry. What you're going to do is pour about half. In this case, I'm going to give y'all measurements. You want to pour at least 2 tablespoons. You can get them, use a measuring cup. 2 tablespoons is what I estimated is best to pour it. Open up that bottle if it is able to be opened. Pour that, about that much, 2 tablespoons into that bottle fragrance mist and close it. Now what I want you to do is tuck it away. I'm gonna pretend like this is a shelf, a dark shelf. Tuck it away underneath the dark shelf for a couple weeks. Come back to it, shake it every couple weeks. When I came back to that bottle, I had did this unintentionally. It smelled very close to Christian Dior Poison, the original one in the bottle. I just poured a neutralized oil in it. Came back to it. It strengthened the perfume. It strengthened the fragrances. I turned that fragrance mist into something that is now can last me a long time. So by the time I got the original again in its full size, it was just as good. Now, I either poured it out or gave it away or decluttered it or something like that. I regret it to this day. Always with me experimenting and then throwing it away. Like, what is going on? Don't make my mistake, please. Don't make my mistake. That is one way you can extend the life of any, and I mean any fragrance mist. Pour about 2 tablespoons of neutralized perfume oil in it. If you can't find a neutralized one that is perfect that I keep hearing about that they do dupes to, that they use to extend the life of other perfume oils is Neutrogena's. Neutrogena is just a plain neutral oil. Use that. Pour that into your fragrance mist that has alcohol. Now at first, just like oil and water don't mix and it separate whenever it meets and comes together, you're going to have the same thing when you pour those 2 tablespoons of neutralized perfume oil, body oil, into that fragrance mist that's alcohol, full of alcohol. It's going to separate and create bubbles. Don't worry about that. Shake that up, tuck that away, put it into a dark shelf, completely out of the light, because exposure to sunlight, exposure to lights in the house, Any exposure to any light as far as fragrances will change how it performs, how it smells, how it breaks down the compounds, how it breaks down the ingredients in it, and how they mingle together. So being that you just introduced a brand new substance into the equation, you want to shake it up, hurry up and tuck it away in somewhere dark and let it macerate. Let it marinate. Marinate is usually what I call it, but macerate is what you do. You have now just transformed that fragrance mist into something that works for you. Now, is it the foolproof solution? No. Does it compare to eau de parfum? No. And if you still want your eau de parfum, I encourage you to go work your heart out and with some rest in between, and put away, save, and keep putting a couple dollars away. Keep putting $10 and $20 away until you can buy that eau de parfum. But this is a temporary solution until you can get the eau de parfum that you want. You understand? No? Okay, rewind it back. It's gonna be up on the channel. But I will report back to y'all this Bath and Body Works body scrub fragrance mist incident. Because baby, I thought that was going to change it, and it's almost, the alcohol in it is overpowering. So I don't know what was in that scrub that caused the alcohol to just be like, hey, I'm here. And I'm literally struggling to smell the actual fragrance, and I don't like it. As far as price, Bodycology Kaale is going to be your most affordable. Kaale discontinued ones is going to cost you a little bit more, so I caution you that. Whatever you see in the stores like Walmart or I've not seen Kaale in any other place, maybe except for Walmart. It might cost you a little bit more, but it won't nearly be as much as if you're looking for anything discontinued. Anything discontinued as far as fragrance mist, no matter the brand, is going to be a bit more expensive because, one, people looking for the original. Two, they like the Formula 3. They ain't making it no more, or at least they're saying it's discontinued and they won't update on whether or not they'll ever come back with it. And then people like it and they still want it. Just because you discontinue something might actually make people want it all the more. Fragrance mist in glass bottles. I recently saw that at TJ Maxx. That's an upgrade. You really have to be careful. Fragrance mist, for as long as I've known, Bath and Body Works, you just flop it everywhere. Not with glass. These are plastic too, but I'm just using it. Not with glass. You got to be a bit more delicate with that. You got to treat that now like your eau de parfums. They're also made out of, I think they're made out of tempered glass. So even if you accidentally drop them, they don't tend to drop as much. But these new school bottles, you have to watch it, because I've seen some very expensive perfume that people have dropped, and you really have to bow your head and have a moment of silence and prayer for that. You waste $300, $400 perfume, even if it costs you $100. You got to be careful with that. I would go into storing your fragrance mist, but I'm going to link you all to a video I did some time ago on how to properly store your body care, which includes how to properly store all your fragrance mist, which is still relevant. But if you would like to see more videos like this where I am giving out hygiene tips and body care tips, or maybe you feel like there is something that I haven't yet covered in this one, and it might be hiding in that playlist. I don't think I have much room to add but 2 things, but we'll see. On either side, I'm going to link you all to what I can, and on the community tab on the other. Until next time, love ya.